Welcome back, everyone. I'm Leila.
And I'm Laura.
And this is For Your Penjoyment, a show about fountain pens and the joys they bring us.
Brought to you by Pen Boutique.
So how are you doing today, Laura?
I'm doing all right. It's October now, you know.
I do know.
I realized that.
Tell me some of your favorite things about October.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of October, except I do have a really fun tradition that I do every October.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to some of my favorite creepy operas.
Creepy operas. Okay,
Yeah,
I can get into that.
I'm
What
not,
are your faves?
I'm not really a Halloween fan, but I do like creepy operas. for
Sure.
October. So I have two favorites. One of them is Marschner's Der Vampire, which is about
Vampires.
vampire.
Got it.
Yes, very good. And the other one is one of my all-time faves, Verdi's Macbeth.
Very nice.
It's really good. It's extremely similar to the play by Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Just like turned into an Italian.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I listened to that today on the way to work.
Get you hyped up a little?
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
I love that. Okay, well, I'm binge watching horror movies. You're
Really?
binge listening
That's
to
right.
creepy opera.
That's it.
I'm into that. That's wonderful.
Mhm. What have you been up to other than binge watching? Creepy.
Oh, I made the mistake of watching Final Destination last week. It was a horror movie from the 90s.
Of course.
It was a horror movie from the 90s.
Okay.
And it all starts with an airplane. Now, folks, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to be visiting my baby sister in LA next
Oh,
week,
yeah.
which involves the usage of an
I
airplane.
hope so, or it would take a very long time.
I can't walk that fast. But I watched Final Destination, and I immediately regretted making the reservations for the trip. I'm not a good flyer in general. I'm an especially poor flyer after a horror movie. So I'm like looking forward to seeing my baby sister in LA. I'm not looking forward to the process of getting there.
I beg to differ about you not being a good flyer. What about during the silly segment today?
More on that later. So Laura,
Yes.
what pen are you using today?
I want to know about the pen you're using.
No.
I've been eyeing it. You want me to go first?
Go first, yes.
Okay,
I would
well,
love you to.
I have one of my favorites that I've used before as my pen of the day. I've been using it a lot recently because I put a new ink in it that I really like. It
Ooh.
matches it really well. It's not an ink that we carry, so I'm not going to mention what it is.
Understood.
But the pen is my good old petrol marbled Pelikan M205.
You got it.
Yes. But yeah, it's one of my favorite pens.
That is definitely one of my favorite 200 series Pelikans.
I actually
the blue. Oh,
participated in a thing on Instagram recently where you did too.
Yes.
Where we had to do a pen a day every day for a week and say
Right.
what our 7 favorite pens in our entire collection.
Shout out to St. Pat.
Thank you, St. Pat. And this was one of my 7 favorites.
I love it. So I have a new favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks to our recent Pelikan Hub,
Yes.
I may have gotten bitten by the Pelikan bug. I'm feeling some Pelikan Passion finally.
Uh-huh.
And I, too, have a Pelikan now.
Look at that.
I have the M200 Rose Gold. I filled it with Robert Oster's chocolate burgundy notes.
Ooh.
Burgundy chocolate notes, rather.
Yeah.
And it's a delightful pairing. It makes me incredibly happy.
What
And just-
nib did you get?
I got a medium. I like
Okay.
the shading
I
of
have
the
a
ink.
fine on this one.
I know you like
and
your
I have
finer
that
nibs.
exact same pen, but in a fine.
I love it.
I'm glad we have different pens, but they can
Now
be
we can tell them apart.
Yes. It
But
looks
yeah,
so beautiful.
It
in
is
your
very
hand.
dainty, very feminine, and it's not
Yes.
my usual fare. But it kind of is too. It reflects a different aspect of my personality.
And it's sparkly.
And it's sparkly. So I'm very
beautiful.
pleased.
Welcome to the Pelikan, whatever you call it.
Exactly.
You did have a twist, though. It's not your first Pelikan
Yes,
ever.
this is very true. It is my
Your
I was
first.
about to call it my first big boy pelican. Like, I don't know what that means.
Okay.
But I'm like, I'm a real pelican owner now.
Your first grown-up pelican.
My first grown-up pelican, yes.
Okay.
I feel very refined, sophisticated. I'm sorry, Shine Mystic Pelican Twist. I love you very much. But I may have graduated just a little. That's how I'm looking at it.
It's really pretty. I'm
Yes.
so happy for you.
Now,
Leila,
whoa,
we forgot to mention something really important.
very important.
When you asked me what I'm doing, World Octopus Day.
How could I forget World
It's-
Octopus
it's
Day?
this Saturday.
Saturday, October 12th. That's right.
Yeah, so we're both going to be definitely celebrating that.
I mean, for me, it's up there with Thanksgiving, Labor Day,
4th of July.
4th of July,
Yeah,
World Octopus
Yeah.
Day.
absolutely.
Very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So, if our viewers out there happen to be cephalopod lovers and want to celebrate too,
Like we are.
like
Yeah.
we are,
Yeah.
send us something at support@penboutique.com showing your love for octopi.
Ooh, I like
We would love to
that.
see it. Why not?
Definitely.
Or you could write us a poem, a love letter to our beloved octopi,
I wonder
and we'd love to
who
read
would
it.
do something like that.
I know exactly who would do something like that.
Really?
More from him later. So, Laura,
Yes.
we have a few new things in
A
store.
few, yeah.
Would you like to kick it off, or would you like me to go
I
first?
certainly would. Let me move Penelope so she's
Our
not in the
VIP
way.
guest, yes.
Our VIP guest.
Let me move tiny micro Penelope as well.
Okay, so I will kick it off because I have absolutely the most exciting. All right, it's not the most exciting pens.
But they're pretty classy.
They're very classy. They're very nice. And what I don't have in excitingness level, I have in quantity. So
Certainly.
it makes up for the, it's classy, but won't blow you out of the water.
Understood.
But we have a new color in the Waterman line
Hmm.
called Waterman Blue.
You don't say.
Guess what it looks like?
I could take 3 shots in the
Let's
dark.
let's
but
hear
I'm
your guesses.
blue,
Yeah.
azul,
Mm-hmm. Good guess.
bleu.
Very good.
Excellent.
You are correct every time. It is a new shade. It's blue. Look
and
at
it's
that.
gorgeous.
Instead of being black.
It makes it feel like
or-
less heavy,
or
less
two-tone.
serious.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a very pretty shade of navy blue.
So we've got the Korean.
Yes. So we have it in all your favorite Watermans. We've got the Kareen, which only comes in fountain pen and ballpoint.
That's right.
And has an 18 karat nib. Comes in fine or medium.
Very nice.
Your favorite model. Yeah, this
I
cool
do love
inlaid
the nib
Really
on the
pretty.
Korean. Oh,
So, like the other Koreans, it still has the black gripping section.
that's right.
I mean, like the other Watermans that are two-tone or different colors.
Sure.
So it's not blue all over. The outside's blue, but then you got the black.
Mm-hmm.
Which we've discussed, how it's a little bit scary to mix blue and black, but Waterman does it.
Waterman does
so-
it well.
Yep. And then we've got the Expert, which
I
we
do
have
like the
in
expert.
fountain,
Mm-hmm.
rollerball,
Very nice.
and ballpoint.
All right. And the
Expert.
finials are black here.
Yes.
Okay, nice
You
detail.
got that two-tone
I
navy
like
blue
that.
black thing again,
Very
showing
cool.
that it's okay to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Experts, I mean, that's like just the perfect gift pen. It's
Exactly.
Just, yeah. I always
Solid pen.
recommend that to people when they come in the store and they aren't sure what to get someone
Mm-hmm.
and they just want to get really classy, really nice, just
Sophisticated.
good fountain
Yeah,
pen.
exactly.
Then we've got the Hemisphere, which is the least expensive one.
The little
Very
baby of the
slim,
group.
and that comes in all 3 styles
Very
also.
nice.
Steel nib only comes in medium.
These do feel nice.
It's a really nice shade of blue.
I
like
agree.
It. Yeah,
It's
really
calming.
pretty. It's kind of like, I was gonna say like a new pair of really dark blue jeans.
Yeah.
Like
I can
really,
see that.
Really nice, classy looking blue, like your
Crisp
dress
and-
up blue jeans.
Yes. Everyone has a pair of dress up blue jeans.
I
I
don't.
firmly believe in
I
this.
don't.
I don't wear pants, but if I did, I'd have dress up blue jeans.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good look. So that's my first thing. Are you going to go next? Are we going to trade off?
I can do that.
Okay. What do you have?
All right. I have the newest release from Sailor.
Ooh.
So this is the next installment of their Tea Time Around the World collection.
Wow. Cool, cool.
And if you're not familiar with the Tea Time Around the World collection, it's inspired by not only teas, but by the ornate utensils, elegant settings, and sweet accompaniments that are integral to timeless cultural tea traditions. So they've released 2 colorways. The first one I'm going to talk about is called 3 Tiers.
Ooh.
Now, 3 Tiers mirrors the iconic 3-tiered cake stand, the essential element of the English tea ceremony.
Sure. The little cucumber sandwiches and mini
Exactly.
scones and all those yummy things.
So it's this beautiful ivory with light blue finials,
It's pretty.
and it has gold and silver components, and it's got this beautiful translucent blue grip section, and it is available in the Pro Gear Standard and King of Pen size.
Okay. I like how the little anchor is a different color. It's
Exactly.
like yellow.
It's a nice little detail.
This is really classy looking.
It
I
is
like
ve-
that combination.
Right. Yeah. It
very
not only
pretty.
reminds me of the 3-tier stand, but like kind of like fine china almost.
Yeah,
that-
or
that
like the
coloring.
white bread with the crust cut
Off,
off used
yep.
to make the
Which
sandwiches.
is very cleanly cut.
Yeah, it looks very clean.
Now, the
Very
next
nice.
one is my favorite colorway.
I knew you'd like this.
This is called Scone.
Ooh.
This celebrates the beloved baked good, served with typically clotted cream and
I
jelly,
could see it.
or jam rather.
Right.
So it's this beautiful warm ivory with a translucent violet.
It-
And the violet has a little bit of like a micro shimmer to
I
it.
wouldn't call that violet. I thought it was more of like a
Warm
raspberry
violet.
jam
So a
kind of
berry.
color, or
Okay.
strawberry jam, or
Yeah, it's very jammy in nature.
very jammy. And the sparkliness looks like the texture of the jam when it's spread on.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And the top finial, the anchor, has that jammy color in it.
Nice. This is making me want clotted cream. Oh,
Sounds
I love clotted
delicious.
cream. Oh,
Now, this particular colorway is available in the Pro Gear Slim size.
okay.
And both pens also feature a both colors feature a ballpoint as well.
Okay. Those are
Another
really pretty.
part of the Tea Time Around the World collection was the ink.
Which we sold out of already.
We sold out of almost instantly.
Wow.
It was the exclusive ink inspired by the gentle tone of orange Pico tea.
Oh, was it sort of a brownish
It was a beautiful
orange
burnt
color, or
orange
what?
color. It was really something, and I wish we had gotten more of it.
Okay.
But again, with these limited editions, we try to order as much as we can, and then we are given what we get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but that's it for Sailor for
I
me.
always like the tea time ones from
I
Sailor.
do too. My favorite probably still the Moroccan.
Oh, I like
tea
the,
time set.
The FICA cup, the one that
The
was the
FICA
blue
was
and
nice.
the two-tone. Yeah.
Is it Fika or Fika?
I don't know.
I think it's Fika.
Maybe it's FICA. I don't know. It's spelled FIKA.
There you go.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
Let me put this right here. Now you've got something from
Okay.
Parker.
Yes, I have something from Parker that's very interesting. This is the Parker Sonnet Intrepid Journeys.
I love this.
And it's called The Ancient China.
not just ancient
No.
China. The
Ancient China. That's right. And it's a special edition.
Mm-hmm.
It's inspired by the Great Wall of China.
Love that.
It's so cool.
It actually has the length of the
Yes.
Great Wall of China on the cap.
Which is a number. And I wrote it down.
I'm going to let you go for this.
21,195 kilometers.
Beautiful.
I didn't mess it up.
It said 196, but that's okay.
What?
It says 196. You were so close.
Maybe
I didn't want to burst your bubble.
It was too small and I couldn't see. I laugh that I messed it up. I am fully expecting to mess up about 50 numbers in this episode because of the topic. It's going to be pure numbers. I am so nervous.
There are a lot of numbers in today's topic.
All right.
But the
So-
etching on the cap is beautiful.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it. I love things like that where it's like a city scene. And I mean, this isn't a city scene, but it reminds me of that.
like
where you see,
cityscapes.
where,
Yeah.
yeah. Like you see the different buildings. It's so cool.
This is clever.
It's really cute. So this comes in fountain pen, rollerball, and ballpoint. The fountain pen has an 18-karat nib,
Very nice.
which comes in fine or medium. The barrel is gray lacquer, and underneath that is a brushed steel shell.
Huh.
So that's like this cool texture here. I
Ooh.
like how that
Ooh, that's
feels.
nice.
And underneath the whole pen, it gives it some weight.
Yes.
Steel. It's got gold trim, which is pretty. I like that two-tone trim.
Definitely.
And the cap is sterling silver with palladium coating to keep it from tarnishing.
Love
So
that.
this is a very classic pen.
This is.
It's really cool. I like it a lot.
Wow, thank you,
And I
Parker.
like the shade of gray, too. It's
The gray's
like
very
a nice,
nice.
soft, I don't know, like just the perfect shade of gray.
Agreed.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Mm.
So I learned this new term from Bill,
Yes.
over-under.
Over under.
So what do you think the over-under is on how many numbers I'm going to mess up in this episode?
Over 3? Yes.
Okay. All right.
Under 10? No.
Over 3, yes. Under 10? No. You mean it's going to be more than 10?
Maybe. I don't know.
So between 3 and 10?
Yes.
Okay. So 1 so far. All right.
I've
Did
got-
I mess up more than 1 so
No,
far?
no, no. I've got hope.
Okay.
If I'm anything, I'm hopeful.
All right. All right. I think that's a fair. Okay. Proceed. Let's proceed.
We've got some new wearing gold in stock.
This is a lot of ink.
This is a lot of ink.
It's exciting.
And they're all shimmers.
Were you here the day that Aurora...
Yes.
Okay, I was out. that day.
It was Thursday.
Okay.
Aurora swatched them all.
Okay.
It was very exciting.
So please tell me about these.
Well, they're all part of the Wear and Gold like literature series,
Okay, cool.
which I do love. Let me try to get them in some order that makes sense.
There were
Here
3
we are.
Oscar Wilde ones,
There were
right?
3 Oscar Wildes.
Okay.
I'm kind of jumping to one of my favorites.
Okay.
Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own.
Ooh.
It is this beautiful gray with red shimmer to it.
Wow.
It's really satisfying.
Wait, though, this isn't just red. This is sort of like a chameleon shimmer. 'Cause
It's
to
got
me,
some,
it
it's
looks,
got a shift to it.
it looks like it shifts from red to purple.
It's very pretty.
And the ink is cool, too. It's not just gray. It's got a green undertone or like a multi-chromatic kind of thing
Yeah.
going. I mean, it doesn't show up that much in the writing, but in the swatch, wow, that is one
Comes
complex
through.
ink.
Exactly.
Appropriate, silly so. Wow, that is really cool.
Yeah, it was the one that I saw that made me go, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, I need that.
I like that it's dark enough. I mean, it's a gray, but it's not too light of a
It's still
gray to see.
legible.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool.
So we've got that. We have George Orwell's 1984.
Ooh.
This is another stunner.
Whoa, this is a very you color.
I love the depth of the red, and the shimmer on top of that's really something. Kind of jammy.
Not quite.
Not
Not quite.
quite.
It's a different color. It's a little more burgundy than that color.
Mhm.
That's a cool color.
Yep,
It's very glam looking.
it is.
I like that.
It certainly is. And then we have, where are you?
Sherlock Holmes.
Star Child, Oscar
Star
Wilde.
Child.
I like this burnt orange with that shimmer on
I
it.
don't think I've ever read The Star Child.
I have not either.
Star Child. is
I
someone
haven't
that's-
read most of
that's
these.
Someone who sings karaoke. You
Star
know
Child
who
is
Star
so,
Child
yes,
is.
exactly. I hope Star Child's there
I
tonight.
hope so too. I like that color.
I like this too.
That's very cool.
All right, I'm going to whip through them now. Another Oscar Wilde, A Nightingale in the Rose.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh, let me show you the actual swatch and not the box. How about
Oh,
that?
that's pretty.
That's really neat.
Mikhail and Natalie, they're
Mikhail
going to
and
go
Natalie
for
would
this
lose
one.
their minds over that one.
Yes, that is so pretty.
Absolutely.
It's got, what is it, like sort of violet shimmer on a like a
I don't know, like this
soft
like latte
taupe or
color.
something, or-
Yeah.
It's cool. That's
I
really
like that.
different. Wow.
Next up,
Okay.
let me keep popping these back. The Happy Prince by
Happy
Oscar
Prince,
Wilde.
Okay.
This is a nice, like, dusky blue with a gold shimmer on it. I think that's nice.
Gold with almost a little bit of greenness.
Right.
It shows up a lot in the writing, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty soft
Now, there are
blue.
a few more, like, blues with gold shimmers out there. Like, they have 20,000 League Under the Sea, which is also a blue
Or
with a gold
golden
shimmer.
lapis from Pelikan.
Exactly. This blue is much dustier.
It's totally different. Yeah,
Mhm.
very different.
Like storm cloudy almost.
Yes, very pretty.
And then we have the Sign of Four.
Did you know that I'm a gigantic Sherlock Holmes fan?
You've mentioned this before,
Have
actually.
I? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the grapey color of this is beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder why that's the Sign of Four.
I wonder as well. You'd probably know better than me.
I haven't read it in a while.
Ah.
It's a cool color.
It is really neat. And then last but certainly not least, we have a study
Of
in
course.
scarlet.
Of course.
Had to be scarlet.
Let's see
There
the
you
shade
go.
of scarlet. Ooh. It's sort of an orangey red like I like.
Mhm.
Like my favorite shirt.
Yeah.
I like
I know that shirt. I like that shirt too.
Yes. Very nice. Quite cool.
But we're not done yet.
No.
We've also got the Wearing Gold glitter potions.
What the heck?
Now, if you're unfamiliar with this, it's an additive that you can add to your ink that is normally non-shimmering to make it shimmer.
Like you could put that in Air Shizuku?
You certainly could. Yeah, so if you wanted a sparkly Yamabudo or a glistening Tsutsuji, whatever you want, you can do it. And there's 4 different shades of shimmer.
Okay. Please tell me.
So we've got, for the Witch of the North, the Healing Light glitter potion.
So these are inspired by the Wizard of Oz?
I do believe so.
Okay.
Yes. Healing Light. Oh, let me give you that.
So it's, whoa. So you could like kind of try to make your own golden barrel with this.
You really could.
That is really gold, really shimmery. I hope I can take pictures of these well enough. Or maybe I'll do a video.
Maybe
or
a video
something.
side to side,
there.
yeah.
That's pretty extreme.
And then we have, for the Witch of the West, we have Mind Control glitter
Ooh.
potion.
Whoa, weird. Oh my gosh. This one is super weird. It changes. Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to try to describe it.
And
It's-
then for the Witch of the South, Flame glitter potion.
Wow.
That one's pretty neat too.
These are so cool. They almost look invisible at some angles, and then other angles,
Full
they
blast color.
knock you out of your chair. These are really neat.
This one might be my favorite.
Yeah,
For the Witch of the East,
yeah.
Frost glitter potion. Now that's a chameleon shift if I've ever seen one.
Whoa. Ooh. Wow. These look like they're very fine shimmer, too. Like they wouldn't clog your pen very
I sure
easily.
hope not, because I want to play with them.
I want to try them, too. These are really cool.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one is Mind Control.
Mind Control is very cool.
I love Mind
I
Control.
like them all. I'm just partial to Frost.
Okay.
Very nice. So Laura,
Yes.
we recently held our second Pelikan Hub.
Yes, we did.
What'd you think of this year's Pelikan Hub?
I loved it. I
Yeah?
had so much fun.
Oh, good.
I was like completely on the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of crashed afterwards, but let's not talk about that.
Oh, I crashed for sure.
But the hub itself was amazing. It felt so wonderful to see so many of our favorite people there just having fun, connecting with each other.
Yeah.
Like a lot of our favorites that we really love but that hadn't met each other. We kind of matchmaked them a
It
little
was so
bit.
beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
I loved every second.
You actually cried.
I certainly did. If you don't know by now, I'm a crier.
She's
And I'm not ashamed of it
she's
anymore.
a big crier.
I'm a big crier.
Yeah.
I'm emotional. What can I
Yeah.
say?
It was
So
so special.
it was really
Like,
special.
I loved going around and connecting with the people who were real quiet and kind of, like introducing them to another quiet
Giving them a
person or
little
just
nod.
talking to
Yeah.
them quietly one-on-one because I like that kind of thing.
Definitely.
Then the more outgoing people were just, mingling like crazy,
Doing their thing.
having fun with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But wait a second.
Yeah.
Back.
Back.
I wanted to explain what a hub is.
Please do.
Because a lot of people are going, what the heck are they talking about?
Right.
What's a Pelikan Hub?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Pelikan Hubs are a thing. Started in 2014, so not that long ago, actually.
Whoa, that's
only
cool.
2014. So Hub is basically an event where pen lovers meet up and have fun and share their Pelikan passion. You don't have to have Pelikan passion. I mean,
Right.
it's really just fountain pens, but
Yeah.
it's sponsored by Pelikan. That takes place all over the world on the same day and time. It's local time, though, so it's not really at the same time, but
Right.
this year it was in 46 different countries.
Whoa.
It was too lazy to count the number of cities. Actually, it wasn't that I was too lazy. It was just, I knew it would be such a high number I'd lose track partway through. Because, like, U.S. alone, the list was about this long.
That's crazy.
U.S. was the biggest.
I'm sure.
But, yeah, 46 countries. This year is on September 14th at 6:30 p.m. everywhere. And you're supposed to register online through Pelikan, and they select the hub cities where these meetups take place, and they appoint the local hub masters. And they do this based on the number of people who register for each area. And you have to have at least 7 people that want to do a hub in an area, and then they'll say, okay, you guys are allowed to have a hub. This person could be the hub master. It's official.
Brilliant.
So you can't just, go nilly-willy and
Right.
make up your own hub.
Yeah.
This is German. It has to be very organized.
Understood.
So Pelikan also provides small gifts for the people that register.
They certainly did.
Now, some hubs, like ours, kind of cheated a little bit and let some people in who didn't register through Pelikan
Right.
because they wanted to come and we were nice to them. But they don't get the special gifts from
That's right.
Pelikan. So
No, it was a wonderful
it
event.
was really wonderful.
Yes.
Last year was the first time that Leila was the hub master.
Mhm.
And it's not, I also should have said, like, it has nothing to do with a store. It could
Right.
just be a regular
So it's
person.
very
It wasn't
independent
really
store.
Pen Boutique
Right.
that did the hub. It was Leila, the Pen Boutique owner, was the hub master.
Mm-hmm.
And most people that do it is just a person that loves pens
Exactly.
and loves Pelikans, and they volunteer to be hub master. But we did it for the past 2 years, and it was so wonderful both times.
I mean, it's especially special for us
Yeah.
because at last year's Pelikan Hub, we set our intention to have a show.
That's right.
We
Yeah.
announced that we were doing this thing, and our community rallied around us
Mm-hmm.
and celebrated it.
Yeah.
And here we are 1 year later,
Yeah.
second hub. So that takes us into our topic for today's show.
You mean we're going to talk about Pelikan?
We sure are. We are going to talk about our now shared Pelikan Passion.
Wow.
Mhm.
A shared passion.
That's right.
That's cool. Can I tease you with this little Pelikan stand from Pelikan Hub?
Shout out to Evan from Penquisition who made 50 of these wonderful pelican-shaped pen stands. They are delightful.
In gold and lapis color.
That's right. The color of the material
Sparkly
is
blue.
perfect.
Very cute.
So, Laura,
So, Leila, you did tons of research, and you know way more about Pelikan than I do now. So I'm just gonna lean back in my chair like David Oscar said.
well,
Let you do everything.
I wanted to shout out the North American brand manager of Pelikan, Gary Lang, for helping me
Yes.
out with a lot of this information. He sent me some training material, and that definitely helped all the research I did.
I started looking at this training material, and it was about 5 million pages long.
It was a lot of slides. Yeah.
I started skimming it. I noticed it was all in English except for this one spot where they wrote "und" instead of "and." I was like, yeah.
So we can take Pelikan's history back to 1838. A chemist, Carl Horneman, began a small production company producing paints and inks. He worked with a gentleman named Gunther Wagner, who good old Gunther,
Gunther.
who in 1871 purchases the company from Horneman,
Okay.
and he names the company Pelikan.
Why is that?
The training material didn't give me a why.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know the answer to this, but I didn't review it because I thought you knew it.
It didn't give me a why.
I think it was because something about his family crest had a picture of a pelican on it.
He designated the family crest after the purchase of the company.
Oh.
So it's like which came first, the pelican or the egg at this point.
Okay.
Did he name the company Pelican after the family crest, or did the family crest come after the naming of the company?
Oh.
It is unclear to me.
All right.
Yes. In 1879, he registers the Pelikan as a trademark, and thus making it one of the oldest brands in Germany. Period.
Yeah. Now, note to everyone, I'm not going to yell at you if you do this, but I've noticed a lot of people spell pelican wrong. Pelican is spelled with a K. Pelikan.
That's correct.
Different from the bird.
Different
the
from the
brand is special. That's how you can easily find the brand. If you Google it, you won't run into a bunch of bird pictures.
Thank you for the clarification.
They were so smart back then. They knew people would be Googling the name, and they needed to make it unique, you know?
Back in good old 1871, that's right.
Yeah.
So in 1888, Fritz Beindorf married Wagner's daughter and then became the owner of Pelikan.
Okay.
So at this point in time, you see growth and expansion within the company.
Good.
As early as 1897, production expands to glue and watercolors, and this is the first mention of the Pelikan 4001 ink that is still produced today. Very fascinating.
First number here.
Now I'm going to throw a second very important number at you, or another very important number at you. 1929. Do you know the significance of this year?
Stock market crash.
There's that, yes. But in good old Germany,
I don't know.
in Hanover, Germany, the Pelikan fountain pen is born.
Oh, okay. That's a good number then.
Yeah. The differentiated piston filling mechanism was a huge step forward in fountain pen technology.
So Pelikan basically invented the piston.
According to the
Fountain pen
document,
filling
yes,
style.
they have the patent for the piston filling mechanism registered at this time.
And the piston filling thing that they invented is pretty much exactly like what's still on the pens now.
Exactly.
It was so good they didn't need to change it.
Now, they included an ad from 1929, which I found fascinating.
Okay.
It was the first Pelikan pen. Now, I love the tagline for this.
Okay.
The tagline for the fountain pen was, the fountain pen for every hand.
Every hand.
Every hand.
Okay.
So, here's some of the things that this pen boasted. A vulcanite pump, so there was no rubber sac
Okay.
within the pen.
Good.
Patented compensation chambers, which meant no ink blots, no leakage, even when ink is low.
Okay.
Easily replaceable parts.
Good.
No outlay for repairs because of the absolute accuracy of construction. Interchangeable nibs. So if they're damaged or unsuitable, the nib can be replaced.
Got
It
that
was-
now.
And it was a one-size-only pen. But they still maintain that this is the fountain pen for every hand.
So you're talking about some fine German engineering
I am
here.
talking about some fine German engineering.
Let's say.
The German engineering aspect, they really rely heavily on this. The four core elements of a fountain pen per Pelikan.
Okay, so this is a four-pronged approach.
This is
here.
a four-pronged approach.
Okay, let's hear the prongs.
Smooth nib,
Very important.
highly developed ink feeder bringing ink to the nib,
Okay.
the right ink,
Yes.
and the people working with a lot of precision and care while bringing the first three parts
Those
together.
are the Germans.
Those are the Germans.
Yep.
So, they firmly believe in perfect writing through perfect ink flow. This is less romantic than Sailor. Sailor romanticizes the writing experience. German's like, no,
That's
perfection.
Why I prefer Pelikan. I'm not a romantic. I'm a German perfectionist. Sorry, Sailor.
So there's a couple of things to perfect the ink flow for perfect writing.
Okay.
So the nib boasts pure gold with iridium tipping for highest durability.
Okay.
These are handmade in more than 10 steps and available in several
That's
sizes.
too many steps. More than 10?
I know, right? That is a 10-plus prong approach, and I don't.
Yeah,
That's a little excessive.
That's a lot of prongs.
That's right. The ink feeder, highly precise, tidy component with special surface, is essential for continuous ink flow.
Okay.
Okay.
I would say, yeah.
Now, the ink is where they flex their muscle a little bit because they have over a century of experience producing this fine ink. And again, the people diligent and passionate about their craft.
Okay.
So, would you say, Laura, that the Souveron
Yes.
is like the flagship pen for Pelikan?
Absolutely.
You
Back.
Back,
Okay?
back.
You're getting ahead of yourself again. The Souveron and the M200 series is what we're going to mostly be
This is
talking
what we're
about today.
focusing on, yes.
Those all have the traditional shape that you're talking about that was introduced in 1950
Correct.
with the Pelikan 400.
Mm-hmm.
Not the M400. That's a different pen. This is just the 400.
Mm-hmm.
Souveron means sovereign in German. And do you want me to get into the different sizes? Or you
Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's
Yeah?
talk about the sizes.
Okay, so Souveron includes the M1000,
The big one.
the big one, with the gigantic nib. Please take off the cap.
Yes.
Wow.
Huge nib.
Huge nib.
Probably the most interesting nib I've played with, honestly.
Ever? Or
It's
just in the
so
Pelikan?
soft.
You know,
Just by sheer virtue of its size.
its size and the, 18
gold
karat
and
gold.
it's so nice.
Yes, I love that nib. Then we've got the M800.
Slightly less big, but still big.
Slightly less big, but still big. Very good description. Which also has an 18 karat nib.
There we go.
Now, each of these pens, except for at the end I will explain,
Mm-hmm.
is a different size and has its own nib. Different size nib on each one.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is M600.
Hey there.
That's my fave size, I think.
It's my favorite size, too.
Yeah, it's a really good size.
Mm-hmm.
So that one has a 14 karat nib.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got the M400.
Technically an M405, but we'll get into
True.
that.
True. Very good
Mhm.
point. 405 signifies that it's got the silver colored trim.
That's
the,
right.
The 0 numbered ones have the gold colored trim.
Very good.
That one I wanted to mention is the same physical size as the 200 series.
Mhm.
They can actually swap nibs. The difference between these two guys
Go
is
for it.
this guy has 2 rings here, 2 rings here,
Mm-hmm.
and a ring right here.
Mm-hmm.
This guy only has 1 ring, no ring. And the biggest difference, this one is a gold nib.
That's right. And one small difference.
Yep.
The top finial is metal on the
Oh,
400.
yeah.
Whereas plastic on the
Thank
200.
you for pointing that out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Shout
yeah.
out to Gary. What's up?
But if we wanted to, we could get a gold nib. Wait, I said this one's I don't want to get all inky.
If we wanted to, we could swap nibs on these models.
We could. And the point of that is I love doing this because this is one of my favorite things about a Pelikan. It's extremely easy to take the nib off.
And when you told me that, that's actually what sold me on the Pelikan. Because
I love to show people that.
I had been complaining that I hate cleaning piston fillers.
Yeah.
I hate disassembly of a Twisby, all that nonsense.
Yeah.
And then once you told me, boop,
It's so easy.
game changer.
So before I got my first Pelikan, I hadn't owned a piston filling pen, and I was kind of scared.
Yeah.
But when I used my first Pelikan, I discovered this pen is so easy to use. So to fill it,
Mm-hmm.
you unscrew the knob at the back,
Mm-hmm.
you stick it in your ink,
Mm-hmm.
you screw the knob back the other way.
Mhm.
Oops, I was turning the right direction. Turn it back the other way. Sucks the ink up into the pen.
Ready to
It's
go.
full.
Mm-hmm.
To clean it, you do that same thing again in a glass of clear water a bunch of times. But if you're in a hurry or if you got ink stuck in there, you could just unscrew the nib, rinse it under the water, pour some water in here. it's clean in 2 seconds.
That's brilliant. Honestly.
It's so easy.
I'm not even playing that. I love that feature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like literally my quickest pen to clean.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah, I really love it.
Lovely.
So those are the models.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did we talk about this one?
We did not talk about the 200
We
yet.
didn't talk about it much, just that it's the same size as the 400.
Right.
But it's got a steel nib.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys all come in these stripy designs. They have some non-stripy designs,
Right.
but the classic style is the stripy.
Mm-hmm.
The green is the classic
The green is really
Pelikan.
what we
That's
associate
their
with
iconic.
Pelikan. Yeah.
But the little guys don't come in this. I mean, the little guys, the 200s,
Don't have that
don't have the
stripiness.
stripy, but they've got all kinds of really interesting, fun barrels.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
did you ever wonder
Hmm.
what the heck the stripy stuff is made out of?
I have, actually.
Wow, it's quite interesting, in
Please
fact.
tell me.
The stripy stuff is made out of cellulose acetate,
Mm-hmm.
which is made from a cotton base using a formula developed specially for Pelikan.
Hmm.
And the way they do it is they manufacture a striped bolt. So picture like a bolt of fabric,
Yeah.
right? And then they slowly build up the layers over time, over months. So they make this big thing.
Right.
And then bend them to tailored plates to do the shape. And they shape them using a natural diamond. And each stripe in there has an individual radiance. And that's what really gives it that cool, beautiful
I had
depth.
no idea.
Yeah, because like when I turn it in my
It's
hand.
got a shine to
Yeah, and
it.
they've got like an unevenness to them, like fabric, which really gives it a special look.
I agree. They're not all uniform.
Yeah. So you got a medium, right?
I sure did.
So how does your medium Pelikan compare to some of your other pens that are also mediums?
I'd say it's pretty smooth, pretty juicy, puts down a good line, puts down a good amount of ink.
Yeah.
I think it's a smoother steel nib experience
Mhm.
than I get from other pens.
Yeah. Mine.
I was
yeah,
I
find
was
it really
surprised by that.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought steel nibs are kind of the same across the board, but the more pens you try from different manufacturers, you realize that not to be the case.
Mhm.
And Pelikan's no exception to that.
Yeah, my fine petrol marbled is one of my favorite nibs, even though it's a steel nib. I just really, really like how this one writes.
And I love the medium. It's a really juicy writer.
Yeah.
And I love my pens on the wetter side.
Yeah, so Pelikans are known for being very wet writers. So when you use a Pelikan, you got to make sure you don't use wet ink in it, or it's just
Right.
going to be like
A
too
mess.
wet.
Yes.
And Pelikan's own ink is pretty dry, so they're a good match for each other.
Absolutely.
But you're going to notice a huge difference between the different nibs and the different models. So one of the really interesting things about Pelikans is how different the different nibs are.
Right.
It's not like you got a extra fine in one model, it's going to be exactly the same as an extra fine in another model.
Oh.
So I compared the M200 extra fine, which is a steel nib.
Right.
That was very, very fine. Then I did the M600 extra fine, 14K. It was really smooth, even though it's an extra fine. And it was much less fine, like noticeably less fine.
Huh.
And I have a graphic of this that we can show.
Yeah.
Then I did the M1000 extra fine. That is the 18K gigantic nib.
Right.
You can actually feel flex with it, and there's like line variation in this one. It's not fine at all. It's called extra fine.
That's got to be a joke.
No. If you're expecting it to be extra fine,
Silly goose.
it's not. But it's an amazing, amazing pen, amazing feeling.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just, I love their nibs. I think if you are able to try them before you buy them, you can really get a better feel for what it's really going to look like, or look at writing samples online.
For
Like
sure.
in my blog article, I show a bunch of writing samples. But don't, usually use a Sailor Extra Fine, order a Pelikan
Do not
M1000,
expect
and
them
then,
to be the
what the
same.
hell? This looks like a ball and bra. It's, not going to
Completely
be.
different. Right.
Yeah. But, yeah, they're very wet writers and just beautiful writers. I really enjoy writing with all of my Pelikans. And I have 200 series, 400 series, and 600 series, and I love all of them.
So now that we've gone into some of the models, of Pelikans that
And
we
gotten
love.
all tongue-tied.
And gotten all tongue-tied. There's some new Pelikan releases coming up very soon.
There are a lot of really cool releases coming out very soon.
Can I talk about my two?
Please do. Yours are coming out first.
Mine are coming out first. On the day that this episode is being released, October 9th.
Whoa. We hope.
We hope. We are estimating.
Yes.
Pelikan will be dropping the new M200 Golden Lapis.
And you are very excited about that
I
one.
am very excited about this pen. Now, this pen is based on the 2024 Ink of the Year of the same name, and it'll be available as standalone pen and pen and ink set. It's this beautiful deep blue with golden shimmer in it.
And that's inspired by a gemstone, like all these Edelstein ones are.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then something a little spicier.
Spicy.
I'm gonna call it spicy because this color designation hasn't been used before.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The Souvron 670 Warm Gray should be coming out as well.
Oh, no.
I know it's another number
I'm
for
never
you to
going to
remember.
remember it. I'm not going to remember that. I'm just telling you now. I'm not going to remember this.
But this particular pen was inspired by the earthy natural gray tones that are currently all the rage in the automotive and interior design industries.
Oh, really? Okay.
Absolutely. And the 70 distinction notes that these pens have black PVD coating on the metal.
Oh, so the trim is black.
So the trim is black.
Wow.
But yeah, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
This particular pen, the Warm Gray, that black metal detail in stark contrast with that beautiful warm gray.
It's a really cool pen.
I'm really into it.
It's very cool.
So I'm very excited about that. And the 670 will also be available in ballpoint.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
So I am going to talk about the cream blue M800 Souvron, which has a midnight blue barrel. I know you like that kind of color.
I sure do.
With a translucent ink window and a cream cap, grip section, and piston knob.
I love
It's
that.
a really pretty combination.
Mhm.
I love those two-tone kind of ones. So I haven't seen this in person yet, so I'm not sure if this cream color... My feeling is that this color is kind of in between the white on here and the cream that's on, like, the cafe creme.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure because I haven't seen it in person yet. But just based on pictures, it looks creamier than this, but less creamy than that cream.
Sure.
So we'll see. But that's what I think it is. So the other one, I'm really, 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 really excited about this pen.
Yeah. Oh, I
Right?
know you
I
are.
really want this pen,
Oh,
but
I know.
it's way out of my price range. I wouldn't buy it, but I love it. It makes me sick looking at it. I really, really want it. So pretty. The special edition M910 Toledo White.
Crazy.
So pretty.
This pen is mesmerizing. It really is.
It's
the details
silver
on
and
it.
white. It's the same size as an M800 series, even though it's a 910.
Right.
And it uses the same nib as the M800 series. And it's got this sleeve on it that celebrates the art of damascening, which is this beautiful thing that they make out of sterling silver. It's handcrafted. The design is etched into the sleeve, and then the filigree details are stitched by hand by a goldsmith. And it's got two different pelican motifs on it. It's got one with a baby pelican and a mother pelican, and the mother has open wings. And then it also has a standing pelican with an open beak. And then it's got all this decorative detailing around it, like these little squares with dots in the middle. I really like the design. It's so pretty. And it's made out of silver, but the barrel surface is coated with palladium, so it's not going to tarnish like most silver pens. Like, the tarnish, you have to shine them every once in a while. Oh, I love it.
That's a
so
stunner.
much. The silver and white combination is just so pretty.
This is the crispness. Oh, that's wild.
Please change the subject.
Okay. If you had to come up with
Yes.
maybe 3 particular pelicans
Okay.
you off the top of your head,
Other than the Toledo white?
other than the Toledo white, that you enjoy, like, maybe secretly covet,
Okay.
what would they be?
Not including Toledo white.
Not including Toledo white, because I'm assuming that would be one of them.
Okay. Well, I would name my red tortoise.
Beautiful.
Really, really like the red tortoise. I think it's really special, and this is a retired special edition, so really special.
That's cool.
I would also name the tortoise brown, which is an M400.
Yeah.
The red tortoise is a 600, and it's got such beautiful coloring in that brown tortoise. Every time I see that one, I think it really stands out how beautiful that is. Another one I would say, well, I'm tempted to say tortoise black.
Huh.
I mean, that's a lot of tortoises. Tortoise black
There's
is
nothing
pretty
wrong with
pretty.
a lot of
I
tortoise.
like tortoises.
That's right.
Can I name more than 3? Just real quick.
Okay, fine.
I also really like, which I mentioned previously, the Cafe Creme.
Yes.
I think it's cool with the two-tone and the brown coffee kind of look to it.
They're nice warm brown.
Mm-hmm. And of
I do
course,
like that.
I gotta mention my favorite, Petrol Marbled.
Shout out to Petrol Marble.
All right, stop me now, or I'll just go on and on and on.
We don't
What
want to
about
get you too hyped.
What
too
are some of
hyped.
your favorites? Now that you're into Pelikans, I want to know what you like.
Now
the
that
best.
I'm into Pelikans. So yes, the copper rose gold.
That's also one of my favorites, but I
It's
didn't
just
want to.
a beauty. And this is
So
like
pretty.
my only big boy pelican right now. So,
Yes.
but I'm sure my flock will grow. Oh God,
Oh,
But I also
slow
like.
down. Too hype, too hype.
I don't want to be too hyped.
Don't be
That's
too
right.
hype. Yeah, this makes a good armrest.
So
How
there's
about-
there's one that I really do like,
Yes.
and I don't know. It's because of sheer like length of exposure. I don't know, but we've had the M205 Appetite
Yes.
en masse, including the ink, at a really great price for a while. now.
Yes, it's like an insanely great
It's
price.
an insanely great price. It's $129.97
Great.
for the pen and the ink.
And the ink. Yeah.
And just the color really speaks to me.
Yeah.
I love those bluey greeny tones.
Yeah, and we have that one in the store, like with the ink in it, so you can try it.
As a tester, yeah.
Yeah, you see it and you try it, and
100%. If you're in store and you're curious, come on over.
Yeah.
Try it out with us. It'll be fun.
it's such a you kind of color, too.
It really is. I've had my hair this color.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
the color's just special.
Yeah, it's a cold head.
I also like, hear me out.
Okay.
I also like the M200 Orange Delight.
Oh, yeah.
I love how punchy it is.
Love how bright it is.
And I
yeah.
like, unlike you, which is okay,
Yeah.
I do like me a demonstrator.
Yeah.
And the inner workings of the pen does not bother me. The orange is just so happy.
I would totally go for that pen if it weren't a demonstrator. I love the orange color.
Totally.
It totally appeals to me because orange is one of my favorite colors. but
Exactly.
I didn't get it because it's a demonstrator. Otherwise, I would
I
have.
understand completely.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And then I also like your Petrol Marble.
Yep, I
That
know
pen
you
is
do.
lovely. I do stare at it every time you use it. And I can think of one or two more. Golden, yes, the sparkly ones.
Yes.
Golden Barrel, the M200.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a twist on a demonstrator because of the shimmer in it,
Yeah, yeah.
which I appreciate.
Yeah.
And then speaking of shimmer, you have the M205 Moonstone,
Oh,
which
that's a
in
cool
the
one.
sunlight,
Yes.
the shimmer on that just goes
It's insane. It's like
crazy.
all these different wacky colors.
Exactly.
It's so shimmery.
Mhm.
But when it's inside, it looks fairly subdued until you, like,
Exactly.
it's like it's got two moods. Like, it's moody.
I love that description.
Right? Because it's this grayish color.
Mhm.
Inside, it seems,
Pretty
very
reserved.
reserved
then
and
it
kind of
just
moody gray. And
busts
then,
out.
whoa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. That's a cool choice. I
Yeah.
can see you having one of those. You better stay under control now that you got your first big boy pelican out. You don't know.
I love it. You know what, Laura?
Yes.
We haven't done a full body silly segment in a while.
Full body.
Like full on movement, merriment joy.
Oh, like the dancing thing where
Like-
I have to be the person that rates the dances and hold up numbers?
I mean,
Are you trying
Yes.
to introduce more numbers for me to freak out over in this episode?
on the contrary, my friend, I'm trying to introduce more dancing for you to get excited about this
Oh,
episode.
okay. I like that.
It's a good way to spin it, right?
And that is a good episode.
So, our dear viewers, for your viewing pleasure, I present you Dancing Pens Volume 2.
Ooh.
Well, folks, we're nearing the end of the episode. You know what time it is.
Mailbag! Where's your hand? Why is your hand not there?
Exactly.
Fine. Then we've got... Oh, this is very cool.
A wonderful drawing.
This is a wonderful drawing from Logan of some dandelions, I believe,
Yep.
including the roots.
Some weeds and
Looks
dandelions.
delicious.
Uh-huh.
And he used Penjoyment purple in his E95S.
That's right.
And on the back, regular drawing from Penjoyment Perp in a retro cartridge.
Uh-huh.
So his note says, for your Penjoyment crew, this is my test of the purple ink y'all have collaborated to produce. I think it's fairly nice ink. Logan certainly behaves well and has a nice color.
All right.
Drawn at my local bar on the fly from memory. Wait a minute, does that imply he's been abducted by aliens?
I think so.
Wow. So what he did was he somehow put Penjoyment purple ink into a Retro 51 rollerball cartridge.
He's a mad
He
scientist.
explained
that
to
one.
us how he did this, but I cannot explain it
I wouldn't be
myself.
able to
We
repeat
would
it.
need to make Logan explain this, but he did it, and it writes really well. It looks amazing, and it even has some shading in it,
It
like more
does.
than a regular rollerball. It's really cool looking.
I like what he did.
Yeah, I really like that.
Let's see what we got.
Okay, here's one for you.
All right, from
I
our friend Stacy
love
Schultz.
the washi tape on
Great
that one.
washi tape.
By the way,
Ah.
I want you to admit about your washi tape.
Laura found some really cool washi tape on the give-take table at Pelikan Hub,
Mhm.
and I'm going to try to incorporate that into my writing life
Why was it so cool?
because it's really freaking shiny.
And sparkly.
It is so sparkly.
I saw it. I knew it was perfect for you.
It was. It was the only washi tape that spoke to me at that table.
And I want you to also admit that you gave away.
I gave away the entirety of my Jinhao 82 collection because Laura made me feel bad.
What? Because I said I do not approve.
Listen, those
Good.
pens found good homes.
Good for you.
I minimized the amount of pens in my collection, thus making room for more pens. So, all right, Stacy, what you got? Greetings, Leila and Laura. I have determined that a letter from me takes about a week to arrive to you, so perhaps this one will arrive in time for the next show. I can't explain how so many letters work with themes in the Penjoyment episodes. If the last letter had made it there faster, I would have been talking ships and seafare for the sailor episode.
Okay.
Instead, book bingo went with the start of episode bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Before I answer the burning questions of which musical instruments I play,
That is a burning question.
one which Laura, as an opera lover, will have heard many times, I'm using a Sailor 1911S with a zoom nib and a Sailor Kimokuse ink.
Oh, I love that.
It's a great color.
Yeah, it's a beautiful orange color.
Currently rating nearly upright for the finer line.
Okay.
This weekend was... Am I missing a page? No, it's just thick paper. Okay. This weekend was the Apple Cup, the cross-state matchup of UW. Thank you, Stacy. And WASU. These are abbreviations for universities,
Okay.
and I am pronouncing them the way they are meant to be pronounced.
Okay, very good.
I baked an apple cake and brought purple and gold moon cakes to the watch party. Moon cakes to start celebrating Mid-Autumn Festival, which is in 2 days on Tuesday. So what instrument is calling to me, saying I should be practicing instead of letter writing? Well, let's say as a hint that I gave a tuning pitch at the start of rehearsal and at concerts.
Violin.
I enjoyed finding Leila's...
She's not telling us. She's just hinting.
I enjoyed finding Leila's note.
Maybe it's not a violin.
No, in
I don't
my
know.
last order. Yeah, Stacy put in an order, so I threw a note in there because I saw her name
Oh,
come
that
up on
was
the order.
nice.
Yeah. Before school started here, I helped a friend set up her classroom, an annual tradition. Even got to meet some of the music teachers and admire some newly
I don't think it's a violin. I think it's like a
acquired
clarinet
instruments
or something.
after a funny discussion about reed styles.
Ah.
In the last warm spell before the cool down and rain, I read at a local beach while my husband indulged his love of swimming in cold salt water. Laura, he saw lots of jellies.
Yes.
Lion's mane and moon jellies.
Ooh, I love moon jellies.
Okay, I've teased enough.
Tell us.
I play oboe.
Oboe. Okay.
Never studied professionally, but I've been at it since 6th grade. During the school year, I'm in 2 local wind bands, and rehearsals start soon. Time to get back to those writing exercises on the pages, or breathing exercises. I'm sorry. Waiting on my music stand.
Okay.
Happy autumn equinox, Stacy Schultz. You are delightful. I'm so glad you got my note in your order. I'm so glad you write. That ink was amazing. I'm going to have to invest in it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
That's really cool.
It's a really beautiful ink. Boy, I am very bad at knowing classical musical instruments. I'm
I
ashamed.
like the oboe.
Yeah, the oboe's cool.
It's just the depth
I
of it.
feel like I should have known that,
It's
but I didn't.
okay.
I'm just an opera lover. I don't
You're
know how to
just
play
an-
instruments. We actually had to skip mailbag last time because we ran out of time, as you'll recall, so these are a little bit delayed. This was dated August 31st.
Oh, wow.
Dear Leila and Laura, thank you so much for another delightful episode of For Your Penjoyment, episode 22. This old salt always takes great delight in the mention of anything remotely associated with sailors, and your presentation was informative, passionate, and heartfelt, as always. Thank you, Eric. I decided to attempt to play your game, I draw best with words, not pen and ink, but I've enclosed a crude drawing anyway. See if you can guess to which pen it refers. Please pass along many thanks to Harsh, by the way. Awesome concept. The drawing was created using 2 pens, one of which is the one you are guessing. The other, a 22 Design Studio Series 7 concrete pen. That's a lot of numbers, Eric. That one was a medium nib. This one, you are guessing, has a fine nib. The 2 inks used in the drawing are Pelikan Edelstein Tanzanite and Diamine Blue Black. The paper is Clairefontaine. This letter is written with a Sailor 1911L Stormy Sea, my fave, medium, using Robert Oster Great Southern Ocean, of course. The paper is god-awful copy paper, but I thought you might get a kick out of seeing Margot and I getting piped over the side of my retirement. I think this says piped. I'm not totally certain. Never mind the bleed through. Where Kenda's poem was phenomenal. I think you may have picked the wrong poet laureate. As always, a very well done episode. Warmest regards, Eric.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Wow. He looks so different. I would never recognize him, of course, because I have terrible facial recognition.
Yeah, without the ponytail, you'd be toast.
Doesn't he have a beard now?
Yeah, he's got a full face of stuff. I would recognize this, for sure. You and your facial recognition.
Yeah. That's so cool. All right, ready to do this? Because I already peeked. You gotta guess the pen.
Poe.
I know. It's a good drawing.
Yeah, the Raven's nice.
Very nice.
I love it.
Very cool. Thank you, Eric.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today.
Yeah, we gotta get to karaoke.
We sure do. A few announcements. Our next episode, episode 26, is going to be an Ask Me Anything episode.
Yes.
If you have questions for us that you'd like to know, pen-related or otherwise, please send them to support@penboutique.com.
Please do.
Please do.
We want some fun, wacky questions to
Fun
answer.
and wacky, that's right. We also have a Discord.
Yeah.
If you'd like to join our Discord server, the link is down below. We'd love to interact with you in the comments.
People have been doing a fun drawing challenge thing
That's
daily
right.
on there.
It's
pretty
Pentober,
cool.
and we have little prompts every day.
Yeah.
Lastly, we love getting mail.
Yes, we
I'm
do.
going to post our address down below. Feel free to write us a letter. Tell us what pen and ink you're using. And the letter can be anything. It can be about the show. It could be about yourself. If you just want to send it but don't want us to read it on the show, let us know.
Just mark it, please.
Just mark it. Make it abundantly clear to us. As always.
That was a huge sigh.
That was like one breath.
Yeah.
As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to be notified when we upload.
Please do comment. We love reading your comments.
We love interacting with you in the
Yes, we
comments.
do.
Yes. Laura, once again, it's been a pleasure.
It has.
Yeah. As always, keep writing. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.